I cleared security. They do a little bag check. And so much of that stuff seems perfunctory. I don't know how much stuff they'd actually catch if you had something in your bag. Kind of just slows everything down. God, we gotta keep walking down forever. Let me show you here where we're going. The Dingling burial chamber. The tomb of the longest reigning Ming Emperor Wanli is the only burial chamber of the 16 tombs to have been excavated and open to the public. During the 1950s, archaeologists were stunned to find the inner doors of the chamber still intact. Inside, they found the treasures. I hate it when it goes dark like that. Inside they found the treasures of the emperor whose profligate rule began the downfall of the Ming dynasty. So we enter from the side chamber intended for others of Wanli's court but never used. And then we'll walk through the central chamber. Contains 3 marble thrones, one for each of the dead. And then you can go into the coffin chamber. Held the red lacquer coffin of Wanli and his 2 wives. Outer chamber, east via the spirit tower is how we exit. Basically, it's his empress and then his concubine, who was elevated to empress by her son, because the concubine's son is the one who ends up becoming emperor after Wanli. And he takes his mom's burials from a different place here and moves them to this tomb. Wow, look at that big pile of $1 UN notes. That must amount to about a couple $100. Putting your money into piles. Those people threw about $1's worth of money in there. I see a lot of half UN notes, which are basically worthless. It's like throwing a few pennies into a fountain. That could support one priest. This is the coffin bed. So that's where they think the coffin actually was, I guess, where the pile of money is. The left hall, it lies to the left of the middle hall, symmetric to the right hall, and has the same layout as that of the right hall. In the center of the coffin platform is a square hole named Golden Well. When the underground palace was opened, nothing was found in this hall, and the diamond wall, the ceiling wall leading to the underground palace, showed no sign of being pulled down. Nice and cool down here, I'll tell you that much. The way you light up my life. Now I have the power of the Emperor. So we came in from the left chamber, now we're in the middle chamber. And we can go to the rear chamber. Or no, we went through the middle chamber, and now we're in the rear chamber, because this one runs perpendicular to the rest of them. Big old red lacquer coffin. The rear chamber. The rear chamber is the main chamber of the underground palace. Inside the chamber there was a coffin bed on which the coffins of the emperor and empresses were placed. The coffin of the emperor was in the middle and those of the empresses were on both sides. Jade materials were found between the coffins. The burial articles for the emperor and the empresses were kept in 26 cases made of Namu, a kind of hardwood, cypress, or not cypress, cedar. Cedar is Namu, on the sides of each coffin. When the underground palace was open, part of the coffins and burial articles had become decayed. The coffins and cases containing the burial articles on display at present are the copies of the original ones. This wasn't as well sealed as the New Grange. When I was at New Grange, it's Paleolithic, Neolithic burial mounds in Dublin, outside Dublin, in Ireland, in County Meath by Hillitary area. And that thing is thousands of years old, and no water ever leaks into the middle. It's so well sealed. And Ireland's a wet environment. These leaked, and they were only built in, what, the 1500s? Rear hall is the main hall of the underground palace. On the coffin platform are placed the coffins of emperor and empresses. Chen Zhang, Zhu Yijun's coffin in the middle, Empress Xiao Duan on the left, and Empress Xiao Jing's on the right. 26 Namu cases are scattered around the coffins. When the underground palace was open, Empress Xiao Jing's coffin and the majority of the funerary objects had already decayed. Here on display are reproductions. Yeah, water damage. They had a lot of cargo. Now I can say I threw money to them. I should have crumpled it. It would have went a little farther. I bought a flower and put it at Mao's mausoleum when I went through. I think they must just recycle those chrysanthemums though. They sell them wrapped in plastic, real long stems. Good luck. Foo. That one's been rubbed. They've all been rubbed. $81 knobs on the door. 9 times 9. 9 is very auspicious. I have never really heard that till I got to Beijing, and they talk about the number 9 in the architecture here. Usually I've heard 8 is the better number, and 4 is the worst one because it sounds like death. Stone gate of the front hall. That's this here. Same as those in the middle hall and rear hall. The arch over the gateway is carved in white marble with hip roof. The door is designed delicately. The door slab is thicker at the hinges, 40 centimeters, but tapers off toward the middle, 20 centimeters, and the bottom of the pivots is hemispherical. This relieves pressure on the pivots, and the door is easy to open due to the reduced friction on pivots bottom before the underground palace was opened. The stone gate was shut from behind with a stone slab, which bears ink writing. The self-acting stones of the 7 gates in the underground palace are not yet tested. To open the gate, the archaeologist fitted a wire through the 4 centimeter wide gap between the 2 door slabs, turned it around to hold the stone block, and then pushed back the block with a plank. The stone gate was thus opened. To do all this without modern excavation equipment, but I think they built the mound around it. They built it first and then put the mound around it, which is a bit easier to do, you know. Looks like they redid these doors. They're new or re-riveted. We got a corbel arch here. The diamond wall. Common name of ancient underground wall. This wall is at the end of the stone tunnel. The foundation of the wall is 4 layers of stone slabs, and the wall was built with 56 layers of bricks with yellow glazed tiles at the top. There were openings with shape of Chinese character, something at the places of the wall that face the center line of the underground palace. When the emperors and empresses were buried, their coffins were carried through these openings. After the burial was completed, the openings were sealed with bricks and the tunnels were locked. At the time of the excavation, the brick wall at the openings was slightly leaning inward due to hundreds of years of blocking. The archaeologists pulled down these bricks and entered the tunnel of the underground palace. So, is this what it looked like before they removed the brick? And they just have the bricks here in a stylized pattern, you know? So this was all bricked up. And now they're just showing you. I guess that's the easy way to leave it, so that it naturally stays up. And that symbol looks like that too. Oops. Is this steel or concrete reinforcement? Stone? I think it's stone. Concrete reinforcement, maybe. Now we go back upstairs. So that's it. Didn't take long to walk through. The Dingling burial chamber. The tomb of the longest reigning Ming Emperor Wan Li is the only burial chamber of the 16th. I cleared security. They do a little bag check, and so much of that stuff seems perfunctory. I don't know how much stuff they'd actually catch if you had something in your bag. Kind of just slows everything down. Tombs to have been excavated and opened to the public. During the 1950s, archaeologists were stunned to find the inner doors of the chamber still intact. Inside, they found the treasures I hate it when it goes dark like that. Inside they found... God, we gotta keep walking down forever. Let me show you here where we're going. Found the treasures of the emperor whose profligate rule began the downfall of the Ming dynasty. So we enter from the side chamber intended for others of Wanli's court but never used. And then we'll